Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good week. It is Friday, August 8th. I'm going to review 0-day options today we took on SPY and our small account challenge. We're working at Friday. Got to be careful. Fridays are day for trapping retail, trying to revenge trade, trying to make up for a week of bad trades, or trying to make up for a week of good trades and just wanting to gamble because they're on a streak. And so usually it's pretty trappy, wedgy, liquidity building price action. Today was, but it was in a pretty big range, so there were some nice trades in here. I liked today. I guess the range wasn't big, but just the way the price action was pretty good. Yeah, what, 5 points? So nice range, nice enough. Yesterday's range was bigger, but the way yesterday worked was just kind of a meltdown, grind down. So I much prefer price action like today, where it's kind of out of balance and then finding equilibrium and then getting back out of balance and kind of just seeing price action like that instead of just a grind down with small retracements. So today I wasn't late. And so I endured this and this. I had a purple here pretty early on as bullish controlled liquidity being built based on those resistances. And then this was my first stronger buying channel, this red one. And then I put in this gold one as kind of a tapering buying channel. No liquidity was built for the most part up here. We do have a little price action here that you could kind of get indication and a confirmation that this was the correct angle for the bulls right here. So duplicate it here. You got a little shoulder, inverse head, a little shoulder, broke it, retested. So that gave me more confirmation of that, even though that's a tiny little structure that I wasn't trading. Just looking for clues. And on the 30-minute, let's get a little context here. So here's Eric's chart. He's SPY day trading on YouTube. We got a gap up and 5-day, 20-day are down here. 5 is now above 20. We're probably close to the top of the Bollinger actually on the daily. But gap up and just we're at the top of this wedge, which is resistance. But we had a little further to go to complete this cup, which we did end up doing. And then came down and we're looking for a handle after that cup, which we made. Nice handle here, which then kind of grinded out and just kind of petered off into Never Never Land for the weekend. Beat up on. But yeah, let's go through on the 1 minute what trades we've found. So the small account, I've had a couple red. Yesterday was a pretty red day. The day before was green, I think. Kind of been bouncing back and forth. What was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. I had that one trade that at the end of the day that would have put my account up, would have like more than doubled my account, and I just closed a little early. Can't let that affect me in the future though. Gotta stick to the plan. Not let an outlier change your trading strategy. 1103, I got a call. Where is 1103? So came down. Got green here for selling. Steeper selling. I wouldn't say that's necessarily bulls controlling that. Okay, I did want this, but I thought risk to reward's not great on it. It's one of those ones I could have taken and I probably should have just because it looked pretty good. But it wasn't the best. I don't know. Did I do this on the big account? I actually had some trades on the big account. Let me make sure I'm not skipping any of those. Yeah, no, we'll get to those. Those are later. I had some crazy trades on the big account. So came up. So my purple, as you see, I have a different one here. I thought it might be off a little bit. So anyways, I came down. Where are we? Oh, okay. Yeah, this was actually an awesome trade. Not a trade I usually take, but it worked out well. So I'm looking for purple to build liquidity. I've got white here based on this resistance here, and then I have it as a support. I put it back in here, kind of retested it twice as a support, which was a prior resistance. So I had some confirmation on that. And then this also lined up with Emperor's chart. His is a little cleaner. I haven't really cleaned mine up, but with his magenta. So both of ours are right about there. So we're looking for an inverse head to grab this shoulder. That's a big shoulder, you say, and I agree, but that happens. And that is all because of on the 30-minute time frame, we had broken this green, broken out of it, completed the cup, and we're looking for a handle. So this whole move was on the 30-minute. This was the handle. This was a little head, head, inverse shoulder, inverse head, grabbing it, and this whole thing on the 30-minute is that handle with that wick. So you don't know if that's what it's going to be. If it broke here, I would have been bearish. I might have got some here and then got more as it retraced, or if it completed the cup, sold, and then got a handle on a retrace and a bounce to turn that into resistance. But it didn't. It found that support perfectly, and that's why actually I got calls. Well, one call. This was just a straight buying and call at support. I knew it was the last support. If it broke there, I'd be bearish. And it was a clear stop, so great risk reward. I don't know how good it is, but you know, I know it's good. At least pretty good. If anything, it could just be a mutual interest trade. You know, we could bounce up here and still come back down, but even if we come up to here, this is still a fine swell trade. So 11.0, what did I say? I thought it was 11.03. Getting way ahead of myself. 11.03. I did get calls back here. Okay, so this was the first. Okay, this is that white one. Oh, okay, yeah. I got it now. So that white one I had charted back here. This was the support on that, as you see. This is also VWAP, so I'm still looking for the long. I'm looking for magenta, or not magenta, but purple to build liquidity. It broke it. I'm seeing this on the 30-minute as the handle. Got an engulfing candle at VWAP and at this white support. And so, yeah, that's why I got a call there. I guess I was a little bit late on that. My stop is this white. And this one was fine. 11.03 got one for 45 cents. Let me just show you guys here really quick. There are the trades. And 45 cents, 11.03. We've got a little inverse head. We've got shoulder liquidity here and here. Came up. I was hoping for at least a retest here. And then, well, breaking here, making high day, and then even hitting the top of this tapering channel. Or going up there to the top of this other white one. But not so lucky. But I didn't get greedy on this one. I actually closed it. I was a little late on closing. I closed it at the beginning of this candle. So, yeah. Not the best exit, but it was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it because, yeah, I didn't hold out any longer. So 45 to 53, I don't know, 15, 20%, whatever that was. At one point it was 30%. So it's just like these two candles, when it wicked up here, it was like 30%. And then it came down to like, I think 16% where I closed it. Super fast. So first trade was green. I had to just force my greed out of myself and take a profit. Next one was at 11.20. I bought a put, which I got out at 11.22 for the exact same price. This is starting to get close to that no trade time or middle of the day sketch. So this was because we broke this white and we had lack continuation to the upside. Yeah, so I got in here for a put. And I got out for the same price 2 minutes later, right here. So I had the right idea. Thing was, it just wanted to retest this. So as you see, this support flipped into resistance. So this trade would have worked. I just didn't want to hold it up through all of this because realistically, I'd probably be fine to hold it all the way to here, and I don't want to hold for that. So if it's not just going to start breaking down with volume and triggering stops, or you know, there's no sign that's going to start going down, even though it's flipped into resistance, because this resistance is rising, which, you know, is not a good setup. So close that one for break even. Could have reopened maybe on a big account where I had more trades on this big red candle for a break of this white, which was pretty new at that point. I think I just put it in. but also because we had liquidity here, it's breaking that, and that would be my stop right there on that liquidity. So could have opened it there. If I held through those wicks, that would have been a nice little trade down here, but no problem. Didn't catch that one. At 11:42, I got a call, and this was the support trade I was talking about earlier that I jumped ahead on. So it came down, bounced. It was a little sketchy, always is, but I was like, all right, well, my stop is this white one, no matter how long it grinds up. If it does grind up here, though, that thing would basically be break even the whole time. This is way too flat, so I wasn't expecting it to just stay on this. I was thinking it'll stay and then it'll bounce just like it did, or it'll break through, which is fine, but that's where I'll stop. 11:42, so yeah, it wasn't a great feels like on this candle here. Held through some of these, like, all right, whatever. And it did wick there. The only reason, well, I'm glad I didn't close on that wick. I definitely could have. This was a big red candle. Didn't close, so part of the reason I didn't get shaken out on that one, thankfully, is because Emperor's was actually a little bit lower. So Emperor's, we kind of broke his, but I think he changed a little bit. But anyways, his was lower, so I had a little more confidence that it was fine. And then, of course, did end up closing above it. So this was the trade. This was the one that made me green. Before this, I guess, let's see, was I a little bit red? No, I was green. I was already green. Okay, so just a couple small green trades today. This one was pretty nice, though. Pretty nice. 11:42 to 11:55, 23 cents to 48 cents. So that's 100%. That's over 100%. I'm correct. 42 to 55. Okay, so this same reason why I got this trade back here is why I got this one. Same idea. This is kind of the last support for the bulls. A much better setup than this one. I just wasn't sure if I was going to come all the way down here and retest this, but this has made a nice inverse head. I got a nice amount of shoulder up here, and so I held through here. Wow, now looking at it, looks crazy how early I sold, but it's not that early. It really isn't. 42, 55. Oh no, okay, yeah, that's right. So look, I held all the way to the top, to the resistance. Le resistance. Isn't that awesome? Didn't want to hold through all this up here. Well, I didn't think it was breaking either. I mean, regardless, this is first take profit, since I only have one. That's my take profit. Of course, my next one would be high a day, and so on this candle I would have gotten a nice exit right there, but no problem. So that one was 23 cents to 48. Great. And then 12:43, I got a call. Oh yeah, a little false break here. 12:43 to 12:44. Closed out the next minute for a 3-cent loss. So thinking this cup just completed, we've got an inverse cup, and of course just breaking the purple, but little false break, not enough structure, middle of the day, you know. Could have gotten it up here though when it did it again. The problem was this was another false break. See this one on that purple broke, boom. This actually caught me on the big account, which we'll review now. But yeah, so those were the trades. I was out of buying power on the small account, so that was it. And then I had trades on the big account to take. Closed out of Baidu. Let's see. 124 got a call. Oh, this is a red one. Yeah, 124. 125. Yeah, this is this false break right here. Yeah, so got on that red candle, kind of on that retrace right here. Came down, like, what's going on? Closed out, little red trade. Got back in at 125. Staggered my entries to get better fills. Was limit ordering. 125. Wait a minute, what's going on there? Oh, okay, bought two at market. 124, 125. Another one. And then sold them all. This is a red trade right here. Wait, that is that one. What? Okay, yep. Next one. 132 to 134. Another little red trade. Right here. So it broke that again, and This one actually broke it, but then wicked down. Can't remember what I was... I guess I wasn't necessarily waiting for it to break that, although I should have. But yeah, I end up just closing it out 2 minutes later. Tiny loss. You see, if I have more buying power, like... It's a double-edged sword, because I can overtrade, but I'm happy to just enter and then stop out if I need to and get back in. So 132, 134. Got back in at 138. Wow, 139. Okay, 138, 139 I bought two. So this is a pretty nice trade. 380, 390 were my entries, and then I exited at 560 and 470. 139 to 138, 139 to 146 and 143. Yeah, right here. So once it broke this next one, I was like, all right, I'm getting in. It was pretty slow price action though, honestly. So held up through this. Oh yeah, this was an ugly exit. Dang, because this was actually nice. This was a nice exit right here. I actually closed on this one because of a steeper channel that I don't have now. This orange one. It broke the orange, and I'm like, I don't want it anymore. Closed it on that one. Got a pretty ugly fill on that 146. One of them I closed on that one though, right? At 143 on that wick one. Yeah, 143. I got a 560 fill, and then that red candle I got a 470 fill. So again, on this one, didn't really feel like holding for this little move. Wasn't sure it was going to happen. Just kind of started building liquidity right there. 0-day options, got to just hot potato them. 234. Red trade 234 to 239. That was calls. Friday starting to catch up with me is bad. Just a little bit. Wait till the end. So this was break of purple, perfect inverse head. There's a shoulder potentially. We've completed the cup. This is the handle. This was a full-on just false break, and then we're just hanging out above here. Flipped it into support, but look how far that came down. That's the thing. So a little red trade there. And then let's see, 230. Yeah, that's that one. Okay. 316, 317, 318. I was just peppering the buy button. 316, 317, 318 on calls. Was I really? Wait a minute. $316, $317, $318. Yeah, green trade. All right. I think I was looking at Emperors right here, actually. Yeah. So I kind of gave up charting, I guess, at that point. So here on Emperors is why I took this one. Kind of kept charting and paying attention. So broke the white, which was basically my purple down here. If I put another one down here, I deleted it, but that's why I was picking them up right here. 316, 317, 318. Buying in. Also, this orange is oh yeah, I remember this trade now. This orange is a buying, so I'm hoping for a rip up here and just like a squeeze in end of day Friday. But it ended up double topping, so I got pretty good exposure for this move though. I mean, I bought a lot of contracts, and I was green on it. So it was $4.40, $4, $4.50, $4.40. Those are my purchases. Sold the first one for $6.20. And then I think I stopped out of the rest for break even. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Active Trader Pro is so slow sometimes. It's just untradeable if you're trying to day trade. Like seconds to respond. Like I'll click a button and it takes 3 seconds. Like 1, 2, 3. Like what is happening? So the candles, I mean, it's moving 20% in those 3 seconds sometimes. The last 30 minutes, I'm like, they can't trade this. So I put a break even on it because I was like, I just can't get an exit. It's super annoying. And then I'll open a position and it won't even show up here. So I had to go to the browser. Yeah, I don't know how this is used. It's not always like that. It's just like end of day sometimes. I don't know, more traffic. Just gets it all flustered. And buy to open, I'd put 332 to 335. Oh yeah. This is the one. This is the one. 332. Flip this account nice and green. So double top. Lack of continuation to the upside. We've got VWAP for potential move. End of day. Sometimes it likes to gravitate towards safety. I thought about getting on the break of this gold. I didn't. I was like, it very well could chop through here. So I didn't get in till here. Broke my white, retested on that green. Now what was a little bit unnerving on this one is that Emperor's was further down. Remember, his magenta's further down. I don't know who's right, but I traded based on mine. So I got in on this one, which was retesting this line for him. And ended up working out. I'm like, it's retesting mine, so I think mine's right. I mean, maybe they both are somehow, but retested, and so that's my stop, pretty much. So 1532, yeah. Sold the first one. I think I was 32. Yeah, so bought it for 350. Sold the first one for 460 at 335. Right here. So that's bottom of my purple. 335 was also Emperor's chart. That's kind of the main reason why I did it, was because then that actually hit the bottom of his support. And in case he was right also, or he was right and I was wrong, I was like, I'm gonna have to close one there. So 350, 460, that was nice. And then I put a break even stop on the other two, and I'm like, hopefully it doesn't stop because this might go to VWAP. Sure enough, 344 and then 348. So did I really close just before that big candle? 334. Wow, how did I get such a good fill? Oh, 344. Yeah. That's right. Yep, I endured all this. End of day, you gotta just do it. See, this happened earlier. This is much nicer end of day trade. Whereas yesterday it happened in the last 2 minutes. I'm like, oh man. But this was happening in the final 30 minutes. I had plenty of time. And then this bounce. Look at this bounce. It's insane. So huge shoulder, big inverse head. Ended up grabbing it and doing it in after hours. But anyways, my first exit was on Emperor's support. Second one was right here, right at VWAP. Stoked on that exit. And then final exit, which was 300%, I think. Just about 348 from $3.50 to $9.20. 348. That was a break on green. First big green candle, engulfing candle, and it broke my green selling channel. So I'm happy with that exit and happy with that final trade, which made this account pretty nice and green. Those are SPX contracts. Thanks for watching, guys. Green on Friday again. Can you believe it? Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Cheers.